Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS. Let's get to the news. All right, Falcons fans, get ready because the NFL landscape might be shifting in a way that could dramatically benefit Atlanta. Rumors are swirling around a blockbuster trade that could see Brandon Ayuk, the dynamic wide receiver from the San Francisco 49ers, making his way to Atlanta. This isn't just some fleeting whisper. Sources like Adam Schefter and Diana Rossini are hinting at a major deal that could go down after the NFL trade deadline on November 22nd. And if this trade materializes, it's going to be a game changer for the Falcons' offense, and honestly, it might be just what we need to make a serious push for the postseason and beyond. So what's the scoop? Well, the word is that the 49ers are considering sending Ayuk to Atlanta in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick. This move would free up around $15 million in cap space for the 49ers, giving them more flexibility to rebuild their defense, which has been a bit of a concern this season. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, who are currently sitting at a 3-7 record, this could be a golden opportunity to add a true game changer at wide receiver. Someone who can stretch the field, create mismatches, and elevate our passing game to a whole new level. Now, Ayuk isn't just any receiver. He's widely regarded as a route king, thanks to his elite separation skills and ability to find open space against tough coverage. His knack for creating yards after the catch is second to none, reminiscent of what we saw with DK Metcalf in Seattle in 2025, when he added over 160 yards per game during the Seahawks rebuild. If Ayuk joins the Falcons, he would immediately inject some much-needed firepower into our passing attack. That's crucial because, despite our struggles, we've seen flashes of brilliance from players like Drake London, who's been battling injuries, including a concussion that caused him to miss 4 games. But adding Ayuk would diversify our passing attack, giving quarterback Kirk Cousins a true go-to target. Let's talk numbers for a bit because they tell a compelling story. Drafted 25th overall in 2020, Ayuk has accumulated over 350 receptions for more than 200 yards and 30 touchdowns in his career. His average yards per reception sits around 14.9 yards, and he's been highly rated by PFF with an overall grade of 88.3. In 2025 alone, he's posted 52 receptions on 78 targets for 810 yards and 5 touchdowns through just 10 games. His yards per game average is 81 yards, and he boasts a yards per target of 0.26, putting him among the top-tier wideouts in the league. His YAC, yards after catch, is an impressive 5.3 yards, marking him as a true yards after the catch specialist, and he's known for his contested catches with 12 last season. He suffered an ankle injury in Week 3 but managed to come back strong, proving he's resilient and ready to contribute immediately. Why would the 49ers consider parting with Ayuk? Well, there are a few reasons. Their transition to a more youth-oriented roster, along with their current cap situation, about $20 million in available space, makes a trade like this appealing. Plus, their offensive line has struggled, giving up 28 sacks, which has limited their ability to fully utilize their weapons. They're prioritizing youth after some injuries, including Christian McCaffrey being out for stretches. They're also looking to boost their edge rush and defensive line, which means moving assets like Ayuk makes sense in the bigger picture. The 49ers are 7-4 but are allowing 22.9 points per game, something they'd like to improve, especially with their run defense giving up an average of 130 yards early in the season. Now, if Ayuk joins the Falcons, the impact on our offense could be significant. His addition would boost our EPA, expected points added, per pass attempt by around 16%, especially pairing well with Kirk Cousins, who's been throwing the ball well all season. Experts project Ayuk to reach around 200 yards this year, which would elevate our offensive production from around 5 points per game to over 25. That's a huge jump, and with a weapon like Pitts as a teammate, we'd have a serious duo that could rival some of the best in the league. Imagine the chemistry, the mismatches, the yards after catch, Ayuk's elite separation combined with Pitt's size and athleticism, creating nightmares for opposing defenses. And don't forget, this move could also help open up the running game, as defenses would have to respect Ayuk's speed and route running, creating more space for Robinson and the rest of our backs. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade could also be a strategic move for the Falcons' long-term success. Ayuk's contract is relatively manageable, with rookie-like numbers that won't strain our cap, roughly around $4 million in dead cap savings if needed. This means we could get an immediate upgrade without sacrificing future flexibility. His presence on the field would also help reduce turnovers. Our Falcons have been prone to interceptions, with Kirk Cousins throwing 15 picks this season. Adding a reliable, explosive receiver like Ayuk could help mitigate that issue by giving him more opportunities to make plays in tight coverage, especially on third downs, where he's proven to convert at a rate of around 37.8%, a notable improvement over our current numbers. And in terms of the NFC South race, bringing Ayuk into the fold could give us a huge boost in our playoff odds. Currently, our chances might be around plus 20-0, but with Ayuk as a key piece in our offense, some projections suggest our odds could improve to plus 8-0. That's a significant increase, and it could mean the difference between a postseason appearance and an early exit. Plus, it would send a message to the rest of the division. Atlanta is serious about competing and making noise this season. Ayuk's presence would also elevate our chances of winning games against divisional rivals, potentially swinging the standings in our favor and setting us up for a deep playoff run. It's not just about this season. It's about building a team that can contend for years to come. Now, as we look ahead, it's clear that this move would be a major statement. The Falcons have shown they're willing to make bold moves, and if acquiring Ayuk is part of that plan, it could be the spark that ignites our offense and propels us into the playoffs and beyond. Imagine a scenario where Kirk Cousins is throwing to Ayuk, Pitts, and Robinson, each of them bringing their unique skill set to the table, making our offense one of the most dynamic in the league. The potential is there, and fans should be excited about the possibilities. This isn't just speculation. It's a strategic move that could reshape our trajectory for the next few years, especially if we can add some defensive pieces in the draft or free agency to complement this offensive upgrade. And now, Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Brandon Ayuk is the missing piece that could help us finally break through and make a serious Super Bowl push? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for all the latest Falcons news. Whether it's trades, draft rumors, or game analysis, we've got you covered. Let's keep the passion alive and keep supporting our team through thick and thin. Go Falcons!